you're gonna look at that crack right there. It's the story time that I've been putting off for a while because I didn't get it done. Some of it's on my phone, and some of it is on my paper. So that's why I couldn't record it with my phone. So that's why it's going to take forever to upload. And I might start randomly laughing because on the back I wrote this rap because my friend Ryan and I make fun of never mind. It's a long time to explain. Anyway, this story is I don't know if I should do this. It's basically just like how we met on like Omegle and stuff, and then how I'm going to Denmark, and then just random stuff and how I want to live there. So I don't know if I want to start there, but anyway, 70. It's day 779 days to go. Okay, anyway, this story is made up, and I hope it never happens in real life, because at one point I ended up swimming with sheep off the coast of Ireland. But anyway, and there's one part, oh, well, that was in the prologue, not really prologue, but I'm not going to read it. I'm going to start saying zebra like zebra, like English people do. I think it sounds cooler. Zebra. Anyway, here's this story, and I'm going to have to make up some of it because I didn't really finish it, so I'll just wing it. I'll also say epically. I was driving to New York. Oh, well, I guess I can back this up. This is when I'm going to the airport in 2015 to go to Copenhagen. Anyway. I hope I'm saying that right. There's a village right by my house named Copenhagen, and that's how they say it. I don't know. Anyway, I was driving to New York City to get on my plane to Copenhagen. From my house, New York City is only about 4 hours away, so the ride wasn't crazy long. I passed through the usual, where I lost my spot already. I passed through the usual cities that we pass through when you go to New York City, Syracuse, Utica, Albany, and there's like tons of small villages. It was 4 in the morning, and my plane takes off at 6 a.m. I went through the security luggage check, the usual, and then boarded my plane. We took off around 6:05 a.m., and soon enough over the Atlantic Ocean. I went to sleep. I woke up and we were about 50 miles away from the European coastline. However, it wouldn't be that easy to just go to Europe. The plane started to make this weird rattling noise, and I realized that we were in a downward descent towards the ocean. The pilot came on and informed us that the engine failed and is... Wait, what? Oh! Okay. Informed us that the engine failure is causing us to, crash. So panic swept across everyone, and then I got a life vest on, and then someone sitting next to me said, well, this escalated quickly. Anyway, the pilot came on and said to brace for impact, and we crashed in a fire explosion on the north coast of Ireland, and this is where the sheeps come into play. Well, no, just sheep. Because their name is also... Anyway... So he crashed off the northern coast of Ireland, and we're bobbing up in these huge waves, and I don't know who's dead and who's alive, and I don't really care at the moment. I'm just trying to get to mainland so I can go to Denmark. And so I start swimming away from everyone, and I don't know why, but there's just this flock of sheep in the water. And they must have gotten lost off of, their herders' property. And there was about 150 of them. And I kind of grabbed onto them and just used them to keep myself afloat. And they got me a little ways without having to put much effort into it. And So I'm still in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, and I'm just thinking of you, and that's where that part comes into play, and it comes into play more. And I just had to just keep swimming, so it was a mix of your drawing and Dory from Finding Nemo. And I realized I wasn't getting far. There was plane wreckage still where I could see, so you were like swimming in these big hunks of metal were bobbing up and down in this gray sea and the gray skies and rain and lightning, and it was bad. And once again, I didn't really check to see who was dead and who was alive and what to do, so I just kind of, swam off. And it started to become night, and I was getting a little worried because, I didn't know where I was going and the currents and everything. So I found a raft. Well, not like a raft, but okay, let me restart that part. I read it wrong. There was a piece of wreckage that was floating, and I just climbed on it like Titanic. Only there was room for two people, but there was just me. And so I got on that, and I just slept. When I woke up, I could see this little island, and I got to it, and it must be where the sheep were from. There was a farm, and the shepherd dude, and he didn't look happy, and he told me that he lost his flock of sheep because he was taking them to mainland Ireland for a sheep competition, if those exist. But they were gonna do something with their sheep. But his boat not sank, but ran out of fuel. If we want to be proper, petrol. His boat ran out of petrol. I'm gonna start mixing. Okay, that's irrelevant. Let's get back to the story. It ran out of gas, and there's nothing he could do but let his sheep go because they knew their way back to the island. They were special trained sheep. And then he told me that he had a friend coming, and I just needed to go back to mainland. So we waited there for a little while. We played some card games and stuff. He gave me breakfast. I don't really know what happened to my plane. At the moment, I don't care, because I just want to get to mainland and then get on my way to Denmark. I sound really stuck up in this, I don't care about the whole plane that just crashed, but my mind's set on Denmark. And so this guy's friend comes, and we hop in his boat, and we go, and we're on for about an hour, and then we get to the rolling hills of Ireland, and from there we get in a small car, and we drive south. Then I get on a bus to, I don't know where I'm going anymore, and it turns out I just paid my fares. I paid $100 or pounds or something, I don't know anymore. I paid money for the bus for a long time, and I just said drive. I gave him my passport and everything, and I just said go. And I just slept for a little while, and I just sat on there and read and drew and stuff. And next thing you knew, I was in Germany. Well, actually, no, I was on a ferry. I was very out of it on this trip, and next thing you knew, I was driving through France and then a bunch of different countries. I don't even know anymore because it was so far away, even though this didn't really happen. But anyway, but you were the only thing driving me to keep going to Denmark. That sounds good. And so I don't know where I'm going anymore. I don't have any luggage. I don't have my phone. I don't have a lot of money left. And now I'm just on a bus going through some Central European country that I don't know anymore. And I can't ask the bus driver anything because he